Hey, that lady. How are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. This video is going to be about I'm vaccinated, now what? As you know, I received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine maybe a month or so ago, and I have had no side effects whatsoever. I didn't have any challenges, any issues, and I am so thankful and grateful for that. And definitely when I got the vaccine, I felt a sense of relief, like, oh my goodness, now I feel much better about going around my dad, which next week I have to take him to get cataract surgery. I feel just a little more covered than typical. And I wasn't going to get the vaccine at first. For the longest time, I was saying how I was not going to get vaccinated. I've never done the flu vaccine. I have a background in environmental law, and I just was like, I've seen too many class action lawsuits on pharmaceutical issues and things like that. But just knowing people that have tested positive and were still out and about, walking these streets, going into stores because they said they quote unquote had a mild version of the virus, I said, I'm not playing with these people. Let me get myself even more covered. I mean, of course, we are all covered by a greater, higher being. But we still wear seatbelts when we drive. We still look both ways when we cross the street. So you still have to take some form of precautions on your own, even though you know that you are very much covered. So this morning, as I was listening to the news, I heard them say something to the effect that the CDC was going to basically lift the ban on recommending that states lift the ban of wearing face masks. And some states are already taking that stance where, you don't really have to wear your face mask in public. And I don't know, I was feeling some kind of way when I heard that. Now, I've been working remotely since March of 2020. And since March of 2020, I walk frequently in my neighborhood, and I never wear a face mask when I'm walking out. Even if I drive to another location to walk at a park or something like that, I would never wear my face mask outside just because I knew I wasn't going to encounter anyone. I always had a face mask in my vehicle in case I stopped at a store or anything like that. But typically, if I'm exercising and walking, I don't wear a face mask. But now they're saying, if you go to a public place like indoors, a mall, store, restaurant, or whatever, that especially if you've been vaccinated, you really don't have to wear a mask. And I'm not feeling that. I am not feeling that. And so I'm on here today to ask you, what are your thoughts, especially if you've been vaccinated? What are your thoughts on that? You've been vaccinated, now what? Now what? What are you going to do? How are you going to move forward? And this is another way of looking at it. In Asian countries like Hong Kong and places like that, they have viruses all the time. That's why you see them wear masks often. And even if they get over the virus, if it goes away, if it lessens or whatever, they still keep their face masks on in public. Now they have millions more people, but still they wear their face masks all the time, whether it's high alert or not. And I'm kind of feeling that way a little bit, especially we are such a transient society. Globalization is real. People are, even during the pandemic, we're going to different countries, different islands, vacationing, business, whatever. They go there, they come back, people from there come here, and you just never know what's transmitting, I definitely feel more confident regarding the virus having had the vaccine, but I don't feel confident enough to say absolutely not, I will never contract it. There's just not enough data, there's not enough time dedicated to this research for me to say that I'm 100% covered. First of all, to say anything is 100% is really laughable. Condoms aren't 100%, birth control pills are not 100%, but it's just you are covered more than if you didn't have anything at all. And that's what this is for me. Especially now, I just recently heard that we may have to take another shot by the fall. That's even more different than the flu shot. I've never gotten the flu shot, but I know that people only take the flu shot once a year. And if they're saying that we may have to take another vaccine in the fall of the year, that's less than a year. That's 2 times in 1 year. And, I need to understand, like, what does this all mean? But this goes back also to what I've been saying, where if you have been vaccinated, I highly recommend you take a picture of your vaccination card. I know Staples at one time was laminating vaccine cards for free. Even if they don't, it's not that much to get your card laminated, just to keep it safe and secure. But because you just never know, at some point they may ask to see if you've been vaccinated to allow you to go maybe into work or into certain public places. I mean, that is a topic of discussion. It is on the table right now, so we just never know. I feel more comfortable going on vacation. I am going on vacation with my family. They've been vaccinated as well at the end of the month. But I have a feeling that when we do go on vacation, we'll probably be the only people wearing face masks. Outdoors, I feel much more comfortable, but indoors, not so much. And if people have to look at me differently or funny, so be it. Because let me tell you, in February of 2020, I was on a panel interviewing a variety of people for several positions that my organization had. And I was on a panel with 3 other people, was 4 of us all together. And, the virus buzz was starting to happen. And no, we were not shaking hands of the candidates. And after each candidate left, we would put hand sanitizer on. And, it was just that was our precautions, okay? We had 3 days of interviews and they were all day. And I knew someone who lived in Hong Kong, and she was an educator. And at that time, Hong Kong had shut things down, the schools and everything. And I just felt like it was going to trickle here. And I was sharing that with the other panel. And I said, listen, I'm about to buy a whole box of face masks, 1 box each for everybody in my family, because this thing is about to get real. And they was like, Sherry, you are so crazy. That's my name, Sherry. Sherry, you are so crazy. You exaggerate and you always make a big deal out of things, whatever. And then a couple of months later, well, really the next month is when everything shut down for us and we had to start working remotely. And then trying to find face masks, remember in the beginning, it was really challenging trying to find any kind of face mask. People were making their own face masks. It was crazy. And one of them reached out to me and was like, I remember when you said how you was gonna get a box of face masks for everybody in your family. Girl, I didn't believe you at the time, but now I believe you. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, you have to follow your intuition. With them being so, oh, that's crazy and all that, in the back of my mind, I knew it was right. My gut was telling me it was right, but I didn't buy a box of face masks for everyone in my family. I brought a few, but I really wanted to buy a whole box, like a 50 or 100 masks, so that we all could have it. But I didn't. And so it got to a point where we started running out of face masks, and it was getting challenging for us. But then, of course, face masks became available, and so we keep them. We keep a lot of face masks now. But you have to follow your gut, your intuition. You have to know that how you feel is real. And so I feel that even though I'm vaccinated, that I still need to wear my face mask in public places amongst people. I don't care how it looks. I don't care who stares at me. I don't care if people are like, you over exaggerating, you tripping, you crazy, you whatever. I'll be that. But I know my intuition is telling me that even with the vaccination, that I need to still be covered. So when I say I'm vaccinated, now what? Now what is I'm still gonna have to be protected. Now what is I am still going to wear my face masks in the store, in the restaurants. My now what is I have freedom to go places. I feel comfortable and confident to go places that I wasn't going to go to a year ago, but I will still have on my face mask. That's my intuition, that's my gut, and I'm sticking with it, and I'm going to follow it this time. Tell me in the comment section below, what are you going to do if you've been vaccinated? And I know many of you that are following me now are vaccinated. What are you going to do? Are you going to not wear your face mask anymore? Do you feel that comfortable to do that? I mean, this is a no judgment. It's really based person to person. You know, it's a personal decision. But what are you going to do? What is your now what? So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. I understand. You don't agree, you don't like everything. But if you want to hear more or follow me more, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notification, because finding that lady can be challenging. And really the best way to find that lady is to subscribe. So thanks again, and until we speak again, I want you to stay safe and just hang out and chill. All right, I'll talk to you later.